The only real difference between marriage and prostitution is the price and the duration of the contract.
So get ready for more of that. Get ready for more of that, because if you think that the left ever has a limit, you are wrong. They will always go further. I will say it over and over and over again. The left wing is Zohran Mamdani. The left wing is not some moderate senator from Minnesota. It's not Amy Klobuchar, who's bad enough in many ways. It is Zohran Mamdani. It's Zohran Mamdani, period. This is the new Democratic Party, and they are all falling in line. Senator Slotkin from Michigan, she is supposed to be one of the moderates, Alyssa Slotkin. She's not a moderate at all. Here she is suggesting that Mamdani's messaging is perfectly fine, perfectly good. Here she was on Meet the Press.
I've said very openly that I never would be called an expert on New York City politics, but the two messages were like a blinking red light. How can you miss them? People are still extremely focused on the cost of living and how they can't get ahead. Still the motivating issue. And then number two, they want that new generation of leadership.
Oh, well, I mean, if you call pro-terrorism a new generation of leadership, I guess it's all totally fine. By the way, there's an open Michigan Senate seat, and Democrats may well nominate a Zohran Mamdani type for that Senate seat. That is one of the candidates who's up in the Democratic primary right now, as Politico is covering today. Meanwhile, AOC, of course, called on the rest of the Democratic Party to stand behind Zohran Mamdani. Quote, New Yorkers knew Andrew Cuomo was backed by Trump's orbit. That's why he lost the primary. Now we have confirmation. It's time for Dem leaders to unite behind Zohran Mamdani. If they don't now, how can they call for party unity later? We must lead by example. Let's win together. So there are no limits to what Democrats will. But of course, AOC agrees with Zohran Mamdani. I mean, that's the pretty open secret. It is not that Democrats are uncomfortable with Zohran Mamdani. I've been saying this for years. When Democrats look at looters and rioters during the BLM protests, when Democrats look at left-wing terrorists who commit acts of violence, unfortunately, they don't look at their viewpoints as the problem. Instead, what they do is they say those people are just too passionate. Their problem is they just took it too far. So the best you will get from a Democrat is that Zohran Mamdani's heart is in the right place, but he just took it too far. Not that his viewpoint is bad, not that his worldview is corrupt. No, it's that he might be a little bit, too fresh. He might just be a little bit too green. He hasn't really sanded off the edges yet, but that's what makes him so appealing, you see. He's the new wave of the Democratic Party, and so we must side behind him. And of course, they are doing this oppositionally because they're suggesting that if it were to be Andrew Cuomo, who, by the way, lifelong Democrat, who is not in any way, shape, or form a moderate, but Andrew Cuomo is too far to the right for them because they want to move into this new Democratic era. That is what they want, desperately. The mainstream Democratic Party is falling in line. Chuck Schumer's day is over. Nancy Pelosi, who I spent my entire political life looking at Nancy Pelosi as the left wing of the Democratic Party, she now looks like Scoop Jackson. It's unbelievable. Zohran Mamdani, of course, is using the fact that everybody who is not a socialist nut job does not want to see him be mayor as an excuse to say that he should be mayor. Because if Donald Trump and people who like Donald Trump are supporting Andrew Cuomo, that means that you have to vote for the communist who hates the country and believes that America is a nefarious force in the world, and also that maybe Hamas had a point.
I would be remiss if I did not directly address some of the news that we saw come out just a few hours ago, which is that the president of this country, Donald Trump, has been coordinating with Andrew Cuomo in direct conversation with the former governor. It is Trump billionaires who have been opposing our campaign's vision for a city that New Yorkers can afford.
All I can say is do it. Seriously, Democrats, do it. Let's see how it works out for you. It's a bold plan, Cotton. We'll see how it works out. You want to make a communist the mayor of New York City, the financial hub of planet Earth? Well, we'll see how long all the people who actually pay the bills in New York decide to stay there and keep the lights on. We'll see how that works out. I always assumed that restless sleep was inevitable. Night after night, tossing, turning, waking up with that aching back. I convinced myself that's how sleep was supposed to be. And honestly, when I'm on the road, like I am right now, I got to say, I don't sleep as well. Why? Well, because at home, I have Helix Sleep. And it transformed my sleep quality because they made a mattress just for me. At my house, I easily fall asleep in minutes. Even when, the family, the news, they would normally keep me awake, I'm out like a light on that mattress. What makes Helix different is they don't just sell you a random mattress. They actually match you with the perfect mattress for your body and sleep style. Whether you're a side sleeper, back sleeper, or somewhere in between, they've got you covered. They make it so simple to get your best night's sleep every night. All you have to do is take their sleep quiz and get matched with a custom mattress based on your body type and sleep preferences. Trust me, when you find the right match, you'll wonder how you ever slept on anything else. Again, I got that firm but breathable mattress. That's precisely what I need to make sure that my sleep quality is what it needs to be. Right now, Helix is offering an incredible deal. Visit helixsleep.com/Ben. Get 27% off site-wide. That's helixsleep.com/Ben for 27% off site-wide. Make sure you enter our show name after checkout so they know we sent you. Again, visit helixsleep.com/Ben for this exclusive offer. The Democratic Party has been completely hijacked by the left. They had no systemic immunity to their own wokies. They just didn't. They decided to bow to them because in the end, they didn't have the courage of their own quote-unquote moderate convictions. There's been a problem in the Democratic Party since the 1960s. Nothing has changed. So just get ready for the next wave. Get ready for the next wave. Like, for example, this member of the Democratic Socialists of America, a panelist at a recent conference who suggests that her goal is to perform abortions at a church.
And on that revolutionary horizon, want to perform abortions in a church, before it's all said and done.
The only real difference between marriage and prostitution is the price and the duration of the contract.
We can fight for family abolition, we can imagine family abolition because we have seen Black women do it, because we have seen these indigenous communities do it.
But to me it is the institution of marriage can only exist alongside the criminalization of sex workers.
So, just to find out whether this is a good idea or a bad idea, them talking about abolition of the family, how indigenous peoples are abolishing traditional notions of how that's awesome. I asked our sponsors over at Comet, quote, how much more likely are children of single mothers to drop out of school, commit a crime, or end up on welfare? Quote, children from single-parent families are significantly more likely to drop out of high school compared to peers from married coupled families. Some sources report that as many as 71% of high school dropouts come from fatherless homes. Well, okay. How about crime? Quote, more than half of incarcerated youth in the U.S. were raised in one-parent families. 70% of inmates in state juvenile detention centers served long sentences reportedly come from single-mother households. How about welfare dependency? Well, children living in single-mother homes are 50% more likely to experience official poverty as adults than peers raised in married family homes. So, great idea, Democratic Socialists of America. You're making everybody better off by destroying the best possibility of an upward ladder climb economically, the stable nuclear family. So get ready for more of that. Get ready for more of that, because if you think that the left ever has a limit, you are wrong. They will always go further. The revolution always eats its own and always moves further to the left. Well, that's all for now, folks. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment your thoughts down below. Be sure to check out all of the other great content on my channel. I'll see you here next time.